Yeah, I'm just going to be reading a few poems that I've written. One I just finished today, so go easy. Nothing I've ever done or seen can wholly, truly define me. No deserted beaches, white pristine, or snow-capped mountains where eagles flee. And yeah, I've been to many places there, and sights that'll make you awe and stare and make hair wreck like bad nightmares. Gems in this world are becoming so rare. But there is one place I'll never fully explore, and it's bigger than your biggest department store, full of endless space and storage galore. Never see that ceiling from my floor. It's a place where stories are recalled and made, and dreams tear through in endless parades. A place where I'm so free to become a slave, like Hansel caught in a gorgeous maze. The only difference is I got no crumbs, so I wander through a perpetual bum. And when it rains here, I extend my tongue, but it's fire that showers down here when morning comes. Ever-changing seasons, never rhymes nor reasons, chained mothers birthing free sons, searching to find love's true adhesions. It's a place I tend to clock in and out for all my demons that always dance about. So many these days that they're hard to count because they breathe threefold in times of drought. But don't you go, no, don't dismiss that it's a true place of holy, which probably starts to explain to you why I don't ever get so lonely. Because to hit my core, you must make it past my third eye's elected goalie. And if you want to convince me, don't fucking speak about it, show me. Yeah, I know I come and go in waves, at least to me you think, you know, and I hate to crash this party, but I think it's time for you to go. So I'll make up some lame excuse like the crowd's fucking up my flow, but the truth of the matter is I've got more company alone.
Nice.
One sec. No, wait, one sec.
Nice.
One sec. And the more I come to term with that, the more I start to see that I am you and I am him, and that you and him are me. So I'll search these rotten, dusty shelves for secret hidden keys, because I know one day the time will come when they will call on me to leave. It's the new one. Shit. Oh yeah. But the time has come for me to yell. Yeah, alert the masses and ring my bells, no longer to walk alone to solely rebel, but use my tongue as my torch to illuminate hell. And with these lines, I'll go light up every crevice, nook, and cranny. And when I look at me, I see myself so much so it's uncanny, which is why the hills I'll always run, because they raise me like a nanny. But when I find a new place here, oh no, I never get surprised. Because if you think you ever know yourself, you can be sure that it's a lie. Just like a coward loses many lives before he ever dies. All the hate I ever found was always love, but in disguise.
Oh, that's it. Oh.
I've got one that I know a little bit better than that, so we'll do that one. We'll try to forget about that one. I wrote this one. I was living in Australia for a while, and I wasn't really sure. I wasn't really sure like what I stood for as a person, and I wasn't really sure where I was going with my life. So I thought the best way to kind of try to find that out was just to start writing a list of things, and through that list came this poem. So I hope you like it.
Definitely.
I stand for freedom, and I stand for truth. Now will you stand with me, because I will stand with you. And I stand for light, and I stand with these bums, and I stand for commitment, but I stand ready to run, and I stand for justice. Yes, I stand for wisdom, and I stand for all of you sitting down, and I stand against this system. And I stand with the rebels from the swamps of Georgia, and I stand starry-eyed in Berkeley, California. And I stand with opportunists who are seizing the now, and I stand with shattered kings, with broken crowns, whose dethroned goals finally fell short of glory. And he suddenly realizes who is right in that story. It's not the glorified nobles standing all tall and regal, but the blood-soaked, the rag-wearing, the disheartened people. You know, the ones who come home just smelling to high heaven, and the king sees his light from another dimension and starts to gather up some wisdom from those he holds in attention and builds up that shabby kingdom with his very own pension. And not to mention that the castle's now open to all, so that the queen now sits next to the gravedigger Paul, that both burst into laughter when the prince's cup falls, free from the mental caste system that once hindered them all. And now the king's revelation can be felt today, because father to son kindness is passed down in a way that silver and gold can't. So this seed I will plant, because the shade from an oak is like a government grant. You might not see those repercussions today or tomorrow, but someday that tree's shelter might relieve someone's sorrows. So what you do now might then result in a triple. The king was only a pebble, but we're still feeling that ripple. And that's why you stand for freedom, and why you stand for truth, and why you stand with me, and why I'll always stand with you, and why you stand for light, and why you stand with your bums, and why you stand for a commitment but always stand ready to run, and why you stand for justice, and why you stand for wisdom, and why you stand for everyone sitting down, and why you stand against this system, and why you stand with your sisters of all skin types, and why you stand with your brothers born to caviar and rice, and why you stand with your mothers fighting fleas and lice, and why you stand with the fathers staying up at night and who are just wondering how they are going to stay afloat because he gambled away the only plug for that boat, and that was their one ticket out. The future's turning to doubt, and he's daymaring how his kids' lives and now a life without, till one day he sees how his just friend water and notices how the banks are lining up for the slaughter. So with a compassionate hand he weaves and throws out a rope so the man can start to edge out of the predator's scope. And even though it wasn't much more than just a sliver of hope, it was enough to climb his way back up that slippery slope, back to a place of comfort, yeah, a place of safety. And now he can say to his wife, we came a long way, baby. And all because one man just did what was right. Yeah, he raised his hand, he drew his sword for that fight. Now the two men stand tall and strong as one, not gonna sit down until the whole world is done, till every brother, sister, father, wife, daughter, and son declare happiness, freedom, and that their suffering's done. So through that one kind gesture, the world shifted a bit. Oh, and little by little we'll all crawl through the shit and emerge from the sewers pure and ready to stand, fighting back to back, but standing hand to hand. And that's why we stand for freedom, and why we stand for truth, and why you stand with me, man, why I'll always stand with you, and why we stand for light, and why we stand with our bums, and why we stand for a commitment, but why we stand ready to run, and why we stand for justice, and why we stand for wisdom, and why we stand for everyone sitting down, because together we can change that system.
Gracias, Cos Yankees, gracias por regresarnos de Whitman.